So I was hoping I could cast him first and then play him, but sadly. And then I want to see what Digger's going to do in that matchup, actually, because he has 4-pooled me every single time I have played him with Protoss. And so I want to see if he busts that out in a ZVZ as well. He's definitely the kind of player that would throw that into a best of 3.
I don't think I've ever seen Diggers play macro game versus me. It's always like random pool or Lingo Lins or whatever.
I've gotten him into a couple.
But like on purpose or because you defended the cheese?
The first time I played him was a big PVZ on, I think, Polypoid. And I just walled up my front, and he went for like sort of a Hydra bust that turned into macro. And then there was just chaos all over the map while Zealots broke out and Thursai storms like random locations. But it's probably the most macro game I played versus him. And then, of course, the next game, 4-pool. And then we have myself versus Theseus. I don't remember too much about that match. It'll be weird to cast myself.
Yeah, same for me. But at least same for Region, I guess, but it's a ZVZ, so I guess he will not have to cast himself for too long versus like TVT, TVZ.
Yeah. Do you want to hop into the first game?
Sure. I think we waited enough. Alright. Let's go.
This is interesting. I think this is going to be one of the first casts where it's not one team versus another team. It's more of a smattering of uncasted games.
There are a bunch of games that were open from like the previous week, so I picked week 3 because we had a bunch of Ash people playing, and it was like well, balanced over most teams. But then after I picked them, I realized it was all yours, so
Oh, nice. We have a sound check in chat.
Double up volume, you see? Alright. One sec.
Sound check guy in chat.
Please tell me if you lose your hearings after that. You know what? I actually hate Microsoft deck. It's a pain.
I don't know, this Microsoft Paint looks like pretty official here. Paul is like ASMR. And today we have the Zerg versus the Zerg.
But that's weird though, because like I'm full power on my microphone, so I'm not sure I can actually do much more than this.
Windows is notoriously bad with just sound in general.
Bonjour.
Salut.
Is there a way for me to boost my sound actually? Performance mode?
I mean, I guess it's whatever's capturing it. So the casting software maybe, but if it's getting me through Discord, I feel like you could balance them out.
Yeah, suddenly I'm at the max volume, it looks like, from what I can.
Yeah, game music down 30 to 40%.
Yeah. I'll change the game music, what's that mean?
Oh, I thought that was just my game music. I didn't realize I also still have mine up.
But I'm gonna lower my desktop audio like this.
Oh, we actually don't need your PayPal. We only pay in GME.
Is it better for the game music now? I'll take that as a yes, you know. Whatever, I'll speak louder. Alright, cool. Thanks.
I think we're... I think, yeah, we're getting to the game where we can
game music almost gone. Damn, it's never perfect. How about now? Alright, whatever. Shall we start?
Yeah, let's go. I want to see some Z on Z.
Alright, thanks for the sound check. Boom, that overlay. Beautiful. Alright. Bottom left, we have our team member, Ash Digger, known for cheesing apparently, that's what we're saying. But we'll see if he does that now. Bottom right, we have our friend Blobfish from Clan Rev, which is a very friendly clan to us. We usually have very nice clan war and friendly CVs.
Looks like the early advantage goes to Diggard, who's going to have the correct scout first.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm quite happy about the color, red and whatever that is, dark gray, because we can actually see them, as opposed to like light blue versus less light blue.
The technology just isn't there yet for colors.
Exactly. But you know, Blizzard said it was really important to have more colors as opposed to like a 2 versus 2 leather, so what do we know? Wow, you know, Digger is not pool 4, it's over pool. Or at first, we don't know, but this one looks like a 9 pool.
Yeah.
Yep, 9 pool for French Blobfish. Look at this, swimming pool in your backyard, isn't that nice?
Oh, looks like he's going 9 pool speed for Blobfish, no Overlord.
Yeah, and
Pool
waiting for the
9.
gas here. Good call, good call. And here we have... So is it gonna be a pool 12 or is it gonna be a
I'm
hatch first?
guessing a 12 pool.
Yeah.
Oh, no? Let's see.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, alright. How would you rate 12 pool versus 9 pool speed? I guess if you just hold, you should be fine.
So, yeah, 12 pool is advantaged. So you're going to have the economic advantage, a couple extra workers, and your lings pop a little slower, but the walk distance between bases offsets your slower lings. So by the time they get to your base, you should have the same number of lings. And then you just ride the economic advantage into an earlier hatchery, and just make sure you don't lose out to them teching up too quickly to Mutalisks.
Text to 11 hatchery directly. Textbook 12 pool opening. But also Blobfish doesn't know yet where Digger is, so that's also... it's probably gonna see now with the overlord. First 16 is out.
Yeah. First 100 gas for Blobfish went into Zergling speed.
Yep, correct, and then only 2 left, so it's gonna go to the lair quite quickly.
And now he knows where he is too, because seeing the scouting overlord, he knows where to send his Zerglings.
Will this be... Yeah, it should be quick enough. You can just let the hatchery tank a couple hits anyways, but I don't think he would even need that.
Oh yeah, hatcheries are pretty beefy against early lings.
Don't lose the draw, huh? Right? Nice. Nice macro. More link streaming and lair.
Yeah, it's excellent drone micro. Keeping that drone alive.
Not the Zerg,
but losing the length is bad.
And he didn't remake them either during the fight.
He might have lost too many Zerglings here.
This is not looking good at all, yeah.
He's gonna have to cancel. Oh,
this is
he
should have cancelled that.
I think he should have cancelled, yeah.
This is looking like really bad. And lair is
he needs
80%.
He needs to get a concave on the ramp, and yeah, I think he's dead to these lings already.
Yeah. I mean, drone-wise it's still alright, but yeah, the Zerlings and the speed now as well, that's probably game. No gas either.
Yeah, the reinforcements are gonna come in too fast for Blobfish. It's GG.
Alright, GG. ZVZ is, you know, a quick affair.
It's the first engagement on the Zerglings is the most important. Is that one of the rookie mistakes I make often is I'll send my Zerglings out just in a straight line, because that's how they move. And if you engage into your opponent and they just get the first couple extra hits, you can't engage, you have to run away.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because like his drone macro for the first part of the fight was really good, but then after that, you know, it went downhill, lost all the Zerglings, and didn't remake them on time. So
His drone micro was better than his Zergling micro, which is usually the opposite of what you see.
alright, and we're back to game 2 now, Circuit Breaker. Yeah, it's very strange. Usually like when I do it, I lose all of my drones, but I hold, and then I die later. But, you know, the reverse. In the end, you die, so it doesn't really change much, but...
So we've got Blobfish
Still
in the
in red.
upper left corner in red.
Alright, first scout this time. Good. Ooh, same.
And the lower left, we got Diggard. Looks like they're both going to first scout each other this time. I always prefer that, to have either equal no scouts or equal first scouts.
But earlier, even though Digger had technically a build order advantage and the first scout is still lost to that, so that was a good execution by Blobfish.
I wonder if he just, like, on the map missed the Zergling move out timing.
Is Digger gonna go for a second micro game in a row? Wow, never seen that. Here we will see the same.
I mean, 4-pool is pretty tough in ZVZ because one of the most common builds is 9-pool speed, and it just absolutely wrecks 4-pool. So it's a very risky build to do.
Extra trick here from Digger. Yeah, also on those maps like Polypoid and Circuit Breaker.
Is he gonna go at 10-9-9?
It looks like it. We have a pool 9 for Blobfish again.
Yeah, he's using what I love to do in Best of Series at our level is if everyone plays all these mind games of like, if they do this, then I'll do that. If they do that, then I'll do this. But if you just do what worked last time,
also works.
You're forcing your opponent to beat what you did.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a 10 hatch, but it's gonna get scouted.
I mean, if he's going for a 10-9-9, if he plays this right, he's just going to have an overwhelming Zergling advantage. And one of the hardest things about playing against 10-9-9 is when you scout it, especially like at lower levels, you aren't sure what you're seeing. You're like, oh, when did they get the hatch? Did they get it at 11? Is this at 12 hatch? And a lot of people don't click and see how many hit points it has and then look at the game clock and see is this right.
Does have like almost a 80 gas advantage, or like it's gonna have speed way earlier.
But he's going to be down a hatchery of production. So the larva advantage is going to go to Diggard. But it's going lair first. So he's changing his build up slightly from last game. So he's probably going to try to hold his ramp. And that's actually a really good way to play against this build, which he doesn't even know about yet.
I personally like to have a sunken in that case when I go layer quickly, but you know.
Yeah, well, you want to build the sunken as late as possible. You want that drone to do as much mining before it dies for a building.
The oppressed miners, you know, you work all your life and then you become a sunken colony. Alright, it looks like a deja vu from last game, but this time the hatch is up though. So.
Yeah, the hatch is up, and the speed is not on the way. So he's gonna have the Zergling numbers advantage. His micro is good enough. Yeah,
he did regroup as opposed to sending like 4 and having the 2, you know, big dragoons over here like. But still, the timer is on Digger to do something quickly.
Yeah, so how this typically plays out is the 10-9-9 player has the larva advantage, and they're trying to kill with their Zergling advantage before Mutalisks come into play. And so that's the clock he's under. Oh, looks like Blobfish is good.
I think he hesitated to go for a counter, but that would have been quite bad. He gets some
he catches him on a move to me. Oh, a free drone hanging out at the ramp.
The sunken is gonna get ready, yeah. And Digger does no speed, right? Oh, he does. I don't think he does.
You typically get speed with this build, but he has the 100 gas, so I don't think he's got it yet. So yeah, he's still got time.
He has like all of those earnings hanging.
Oh, he needs to collect them all. If he can gather all of his lings, he can do sort of a surround on the sunken and Zerglings at the same time once he has the numbers advantage.
That's quite a lot of things though. That's like, what, 11 versus 11? Well, and those, right? But you need to bring those. Digger!
Yeah,
Bring those early.
those 4 in the middle are potentially game-changing.
I think you would
I
need a
think they got
second
caught in
though, at this point. Yep.
I would build a
Fish,
second
my man.
second.
Well done. Might be a bit late, but better than nothing.
Yeah, if he pulls the trigger now, it's not going to come up in time. Yep.
He has
Digger's
to-
doing
Ah,
the surround,
this is
attack
directly
from both
that.
sides. Here he goes.
Zoom out a bit to see that nice turn.
The Sunken's going to go down probably, and the Zerglings are going to duke it out.
I'm not sure that was the best move though, because those earnings took out a lot of those ones, and now
Oh, it does finish in time.
that's a really good defense by Blobfish though.
That was a great defense, especially the drone pull to protect the last Sunken.
Yeah.
Blobfish is down to 6 workers though.
Well, this is
Digger's 8. But he does have enough
use the
gas banked
either.
up.
Yeah, so I make a lot of mutas. There is 0 protection here. Evolution Chamber is
How
down
many
to
mutas are
30.
building?
2,
2, okay. And then
3.
Evolution
no.
Chamber is coming up in Digger's main, so he can get up some spore colonies, but they're going to be a tad late. Blobfish goes right away, but if he goes right away, he's vulnerable
Yeah, there
to
is no
the
defense now. That's
backstab.
like 3 Zerlings and 1 Sunken.
Yeah.
But I guess you kind of have to go though, because if you wait, you know, he has the expansion and everything.
If you micro the drones, one Mutalisk kills so slowly.
Yeah, so there is and those
Yeah.
4 links still, you know, chilling.
Oh my goodness. He probably watched the replay and was like, if those 4 lings had been in that earlier fight, I could have won the game right there.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, nice.
Blobfish
He's
is doing
doing it.
a good job, like picking up what he can.
He's now got the drone advantage. Blobfish is up to 9 drones. Digger is down to 8.
This is the attack.
Is there a spore in the main as well for Digger?
Yeah, there is 1 on each. But the position is
Okay.
not so great. Like, I guess you could kill the gas. And probably even the spawning pool. Maybe.
Oh yeah, once you collect a few more mutas, you can...
Yeah. But you also need to defend.
He needs to not die to these lings.
I think that it was a bit greedy doing full drones. Like, you should have gotten, you know, some Zerglings.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
now that
he-
you have 400 minerals. Like, this is...
He could take a ton of damage here. He's gonna come down to drone versus ling micro around that sunken colony.
Yeah, the pool is not bad actually, but...
That was some good Zerglings
Yeah.
blocking, but sunken still goes down.
He still has
goes-
a draw
Yep.
advantage and money. He needs to make another Sunken now though. Oh no.
Yeah, he needs to keep those mutas at home now to make sure he doesn't die to lings coming in. And
You also need. I would like him to poke with like 1 Zerling to check what Digger has, because actually Digger has 0 Zerlings now.
yeah, Digger did a round of drones, so he's up to 14 now.
So
Blobfish
apparently,
is
yeah, I
10.
think he has 4 links, given the supply. Are probably the ones that were chilling and now they're like moving somewhere else.
Oh, an Overlord caught in the middle of the map. That's actually pretty huge.
Yeah, and there's that one as well, if he wants to, and that one. If he sees them, that's like...
This is how Jess always beats me ZVZ on our team scrims. She just kills my Overlords because I bring them back too slowly. And then she just hangs out in her base with the advantage all game. And I can never kill her. Because I took the Overlord damage early, so she's always slightly ahead. That's a good spore colony near the gas.
Yeah, but I
It's gotta-
think, you know, if he had sent like the 4 links to poke, he would have actually been able to do quite a lot of damage because there was no defense. It's
definitely
easy
could
to say
have.
looking at it now, you know, but...
Yeah, but he didn't know Diggard was doing a round of drones. If Diggard had done another 12 Zerglings and he sent those 4 out and they got trapped, then he was going to take a
you
ton
still
of
need to
drone
send
damage.
1, just to
Oh.
check, you know.
That Overlord is in dangerous territory.
Yeah, it's a good spread to find them. I really like that play from Blowfish. I think it's quite nice.
Diggard has a ton of gas, so if he gets his tech up, he's going to be able to pop a bunch of Mutalisks at once and might actually be able to catch up in the Mutalisk count.
I didn't see the minimap. That's unfortunate. Oh, he did? He did.
I think he did, yeah.
Nice. Finally sending the links, yeah. But yeah, I see what you're saying. 1 link might be better in that case, because if otherwise like a counter would...
You want to know what's going on. And also, when you're the Muta player and you know they don't have Mutas, you want to keep Overlords nearby.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah, actually, he has very good Overlord coverage.
Yeah. So
But I think if
basically,
you see like 14 links here, it might be a bit too late to react. you know.
You can bring your mutas back at least and make sure you don't die. But now with this spread is great because you want to now just maintain the muta advantage that you have as blobfish, get your second gas up, and so that when Digard pops his 6 mutas or whatever, make sure that you have 6 and more building. And as long as you never lose that muta advantage, then you gain map control, and then you can eventually take a third hatchery, and it's difficult to lose from there.
Yeah, but the thing though in that case, because of all the sunkens, the spores everywhere, like once Digger gets mutas, he can't really be out on the map without, being afraid of a backstab, whereas Blobfish has to...
That's where the Overlord coverage comes in handy, is you can make sure that those Mutalisks aren't going to sneak into your base, and as long as you have the Mutalisk advantage, if you catch them, you can start to get moving shot on them, and make your Mutalisk count even more of an advantage.
Keeping the production is doing well. So, would you take like 11 mutas to fight 2 spores? More or less? Or 12?
You usually are just always afraid of spores as a Zerg player.
I mean, they do look kind of scary, with all the teeth and everything.
He definitely... Well, so the DPS is high, and the 400 hit points on a spore colony just takes forever for the 9 damage of Mutalisks to, ever do anything to. And if Mutalisks pop while you're attacking a spore, you've just, given up so much free damage, don't get the spore. And it's often just too risky to go in.
Right.
But there are a ton of scenarios like this where if you had perfect vision, you could snipe one of the spore colonies near the gas, and then snipe that gas, and just maintain the gas lead. Oh, interesting. If he's gonna pick off that sunken colony, that's hinting that he might be going Lings behind this.
But Digger's mutas are now out, so that's 6 versus 11. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. Oh, nice. The YOLO mutas running into larger mutas to chase them away.
Really nice control by Blob.
Yeah, this is great Mutalisk micro by him.
But yeah, those are also, I guess the middle of the map is quite nice today. You have 4 Zerglings hanging out, and now you have the Scourge. Having a fun time.
It's a good vacation spot for you.
Yeah, exactly. You get to see space. It's quite nice.
Be interesting to see how the micro is against Scourge, also known as what is the turn rate in this game.
But when you have 7 mutas against 11 and Scourge,
this might be game if he can't get to the spore colonies in time.
Losing all the Scourges though, but yeah, that's 6 mutas.
So Blobfish actually has a huge gas bank right now, so he can afford to make Scourge after Scourge.
Book, but yeah, I would like him to do a couple more drones and just take the third, or maybe a bit earlier when Digard was kind of stuck in space.
It's tricky. You gotta see when they're moving out, because if you take a third, it's difficult to defend Zergling attacks at all 3 locations with the Mutalisks. Here we go, the muta battle. Can anyone tell what's going on? No. But it looks like Blobfish is going to push him back to the spores again.
Yeah, he had too many mutas, but...
Those are really hard engages to properly take.
I think Digard is actually doing a good job with the limited number that he has. Yeah, I think this was a mistake. And now Digard has the advantage actually in mutas.
Yeah, that was... He shouldn't have gone in with the damaged mutas into a spore.
But he has the 1 Carapace, which makes a huge difference because of the bounces. Oh yeah, but... He has 10 seconds for the advantage. So he has to make it work now. Actually, Digard is now 10 supply in, that's 10 supply up, sorry.
Depends how the Scourge hit. Oh, nice running away from the Scourge.
Yeah, that's really good micro. And
that targeting was there.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Alright, now we have a huge advantage for Digard. He took the Zerglings out of that fight. He dodged all the Scourge. He's got almost equal muta numbers, I think.
Yeah, good.
So if he just ties on the muta fight and sends the Zerglings in,
Carapace just finished as well.
Incredible damage.
Yeah, I think that's GG here.
Yeah, I think he's got it. GG's call.
Yeah, that was a nice game.
That was a great game. Both players, I think, could have taken that at various stages.
It's rare that we see it was a great game after the CVC, but that was really well played. Alright, so we go to game 3 on Sylphid. So see, we're gonna see the map.
Yeah. A lot of the CPL games are 2-0s, so you don't always get to see game 3. I think Sylphid might be one of my favorite maps.
For ZVZ or in general?
It's in general. Just every matchup has like a very good win percentage on it. It's like small enough where you can find your opponent and like sort of figure out what's going on. But it's large enough and has enough bases that you can have crazy late gameplay.
We have the same colors again, so you know, as a caster, well, new caster at least, I really like that. It makes things easy. So in red again, we have Blobfish from Clan Rev, all the way to the top. And bottom right with our own clanmate Digger. We went 2 games in a row without a pool 4 early pool, so that's interesting. Will it be 3? You know, we don't know.
I mean, it's a super risky build in ZVZ. Like, it's pretty much a build you pull out when you are convinced that your opponent is going to be doing 12 hatches, or you're just throwing it in there to let them know, hey, if you pull a 12 hatch on me, I'm gonna just take the auto win occasionally.
See the first card for Digger, that's like 3 out of 3 first cards in the game, so good for him. Pool 9 versus... Wow.
Overlord first,
Yeah.
Blobfish. That's the first time he hasn't done that, I think. So I wonder, Blobfish probably came with 3 separate prepared builds. I know for best of 3s, I'll often not even have a build order for the 3rd game. I'll just decide.
Hatch first versus 9 pool speed.
So typically this is a build order huge advantage and or win for the 9 pool speed, but that's only if you hit all your timings, get your Zerglings right to the 12 hatch player's base, and micro perfectly against their drone / Zerglings popping defense. So it's definitely advantage Diggered, but if he doesn't capitalize on that advantage, it swings back really quickly when the larva advantage kicks in for the 12 hatch player.
But the timing of that though, it looks, you know, doesn't look good for Blobfish right now.
No. There's the first 100 gas. You want to put that in speed
I have
right
to say,
away.
you have to be a pretty,
you
you know, it's pretty ballsy to go 12 hatch in the 3rd game of the ZVZ series on a BO3. Like, I like the choice. You know,
I like the choice. I don't think it's going to work out here, but a lot of times in a game 3, players will just go a safe build. Oh, he did.
But yeah, this is... But all 2 games, like both first games now, Blobfish had really good drone defense and drone pulling, so...
Oh, he throws down the creep colony immediately. That's
yeah, I guess he saw
important.
from here, probably.
Yeah, the Overlord saw them coming.
Cancel, yeah.
Oh, he cancels the hatch.
I think that's a good choice in its position. Like, you're not saving that hatch anyway. So...
It's going to come down to drone micro until those links pop.
Yeah. Right.
You go. Oh, you want to fight with the drones and the links together. There we go.
Yeah, that's good. Good defense.
I think he held.
Yep.
The worker count's equal.
But the tech though.
But there are just extra Zerglings out. So Diggered has the tech advantage if he builds his Spire soon.
And Blobfish cannot really move out from, like, this position is really hard to break. Zerglings are like you're gonna have... actually the arc could be much better. No, yeah, going in...
Oh, he doesn't want arc. He wants to get some free hits on. Oh.
I don't know, I think if you're going Spire that way, you should just hold this with a good arc and not try to, like, you know...
Yeah, with your Overlord over their base, seeing that the layer is still making, you want to put your Spire down as soon as you can and just put an arc there so that they cannot kill you with Zerglings.
Because if you move in at the... Like, see, I think this is also like a mistake.
Yeah, you don't want to see to choke like that.
Also, you don't know, like, if, you know, speed Zerglings just finished and they just kill you.
that a second hatchery and blobfish is made? What is that?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Well, I guess in this situation you want to keep attacking so that the mutas stay at home, and then you have your own mutas.
Yeah, if he'd kept that choke, he wouldn't have had to build a sunken colony in his main for Digger. But he's gonna hold his own choke, it looks like.
Yeah. I don't like that choice. We'll see how it works out. I think you should hold out this for as long as you can to buy time for your Spire, and then you get your mutas.
There you go. Okay, yeah. This is what you want to do, is you want to put your Zerglings in an arc around the choke, put them on hold position, and then have a couple back not on hold position to plug any holes that get caught.
And then 40%, yeah.
Is there 3 mutas on the way?
It's a dangerous moves that Tigger keeps making, yeah. I mean, he's gonna take that fight.
Okay. He's gonna break in.
Is it?
Oh, it's speed for blobfish.
And the Sunken doesn't cover the Spire. That's also unfortunate.
I think the mutas are gonna pop in time to save it though.
Hopefully, but that's one. Oh, there are 3 here already, so I missed that.
There we go. If he kills enough drones, this is GG right here.
But you need to not die though. But
you need to not hit that building, you need to kill the drones.
Blobfish can just go straight Scourge here. Make the Scourge.
I mean, he's down to 2 Scourge. This is GG. What's happening in Digger's phase? Oh, Spire goes down.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna break the Sunken phase.
Yeah, so all of Blobfish is Blobfish is down to 1 drone, and he's got mutas in his base, and he's got 70 minerals. He's dead. Yeah, GG. That was a good series.
Yeah, that was a good series. Even the hold, from the 9 pull speed, was good on Blobfish part. It's just unfortunate that the Mutalisks were that fast, but yeah.
It was a great call from Digger to send his first 3 Zerglings, even though our first 3 Mutalisks that popped to the opponent's base, even though he was under Zergling pressure, knowing he could hold with the Sunken and not die, and just get those drones. Whenever you have slight advantage in any mirror matchup, you gotta capitalize as soon as you can.
Alright, so I should... you know what, I'll edit that later during the game. So now we're gonna go with you against Theseus, so ZBT, our only non-mirror today, so that's exciting. Actually, the TVZ was really exciting, so it's cool games for the day.
This is gonna be a good heroic match. Myself, clearly the hero of the match against Theseus, the mythical king and founder hero of Athens.
So you would say this is a legendary game? Alright. Wait, sorry, I cannot make a correct game. Wait, did you play Sylphid first?
We might have played Sylphid first, yes.
Yeah. Why do you need the map pool if you don't play it, right? Who cares? Alright, let's get right to it.
I think I recall one of us asked in chat, and someone said Sylphid, and we just made the game and didn't check.
Yeah, it looks like that's what happened, unless you misnumbered the game, but I mean, it was in the map pool, just not the first map, that's alright. So, top in that grey-blue color, it's you, NCX. And I leave you the introduction for Theseus because you did it well already right before I started.
Wait, here's Theseus, the purple Terran, magenta. It's an excellent color choice for Terran. The mythical king and founder hero of Athens. Picking Terran is a good choice for that.
Yeah. The third Athens would be a bit weird.
So I think this is the first time I've ever played Theseus, so I don't know what type of player he is.
I play with him a little bit for practice, and he usually has a pretty solid style, like micro, and he goes late game.
Do you know if he prefers bio or mech?
But when I played him, he played bio versus me, but that was last season, so I think overall he's a very solid player, like he could probably mech as well. I would see him do a good Goliath build if he needed to. But from what I remember, he has really good barrier control, so I guess... Basically what I'm saying is that I don't know, everything is possible.
Barracks on 11, that's pretty standard. And then we'll see if he takes a gas for mech, or if he goes expand, or...
And you're going hatch first, which is also quite standard in ZVT.
Yeah, I'm going, looks like 12 hatch, 11 pool, 10 gas.
Oh, that's gas. Looks like mech.
Oh, I think he is going to go either mech or 111.
But wrong scout. Unless it's a trick.
Oh, he might have... No, do you see the Overlord? Oh, he might be scouting for the Overlord. So there's...
Yeah, that's smart.
So a lot of players will, memorize the Overlord search patterns. I know Quark does this, like, perfectly on Polypoid. He'll actually send it to, like, one of the third bases first, which will eliminate them being, like, a base next to him, and then send it to the other side of the map, and he gets, like, a full extra base scout out of it.
Yeah, that's quite smart. That's a good tactic to know. You need to know the map well enough, because otherwise, like, if you send it, you don't see it, and then you miss it, you're like, no. Yeah, factory, 1 marine, no wall, but I guess that's fine versus 12 hatch.
Yeah, he's scouted me now, so he knows he doesn't need to defend against like a 9 pool or something.
And he pulled all the SCV of gas.
Looks like I have 100 gas.
CC soon.
I spend 100 gas on, I'm guessing lair. Probably going... I'm going to guess 2 hatch muta since it's myself and I have a vague memory of this game.
Yep, going for the expansion.
You've played Terran this season. How do you like mech against 2 hatch muta?
Well, as a Protoss player originally, I find mech easier to control, because also I don't lose half of my bio by not looking 2 seconds and working over lurkers. But versus 2 hatch, I don't know, it's a bit difficult. It's map dependent. Like if it's close position, I usually die before I have enough Goliaths.
Oh, that SCV just tweaked out on the egg and decided, you know what?
Yeah,
this
I'm going
too
hard.
hard.
I'm going on strike.
Sometimes you go out into a war zone and you see something that just changes you as a person and you have to go home. That SCV was one of those people.
Well, you're going for...
Oh, I'm not. I'm going for lurkers.
Lurker all-in? You need the second cast though.
So it looks like I scouted its mech, so I'm putting down my sunken colony and a blocker to make sure the vulture doesn't just kill me. Here it comes. Looks like I'm not in time, so that vulture might get into my base. These drones have been pulled. Oh, nice. Yeah, I pulled it, so I saw it coming. Looks like the drones are pulled. Oh, it's gonna finish in time.
Yeah, he just didn't try it. Yeah, he was like...
He had a very small window to sneak in. Now that window is closed. This is a good SimCity by...
You're still going lurkers though.
A handsome NCX. Yeah, so lurkers are notorious. Lurkers are notorious for being pretty terrible against mech, which I've scouted. So this is probably just classic NCX doing the dumbest thing that his opponent would not expect.
It's a huge mind game though, you know, you're like, oh my, for sure it's not gonna go lurker because I have mech, and then boom, you walk over 3 lurkers, you're like, what the fuck?
Oh, he's coming in with...
That's insane. 3. And the targeting is also...
So yeah,
zero drone killed.
Oh, look at that drone micro.
The drone micro was good, but the vulture one was not. You know.
Yeah, when you have 3 like that, you want to try to one-shot drones. And also just run away from the sunken generally. I think he thought with 3, if he caught me with not looking, he could have tried to run by and get at least 2 in the main, which can be just game ending.
You know what? I think though, with that SimCity, with the 5 drones here, you should just kill the drones here. Like you will probably get 2 anyways. But I don't see there is any point going in the main.
Well,
like,
if they pull them back, you just lose the vultures and sometimes don't even get drone kills.
Well, yeah, but if you target fire the sunken colony, you know, then obviously nothing happens.
I mean, he probably did an attack move and just auto-targeted. And then it's also smart to poke in there. He might have been trying to see, like, hey, are there hydras? Like, how is he dealing with my mech? And so he might be expecting
so
me to right now.
So it's interesting you send 2 hydras down, but not the lurkers. Okay, now you do.
The lurkers
Dancing
look
a bit.
like they're having. Yeah, they've been sent.
They were dragoons in
The-
another life, you know? Like, this is a typical dragoon move.
Yeah, the advanced Broodwar AI is doing millions of calculations a second to
It's
do
too
nothing.
advanced for us, you know? We just don't get the brilliance of it.
So yeah, he's got safety turrets because he doesn't know if it's Muta's lurker drop or whatever.
Would you want a second one, or is one just good enough? Also, it's an interesting choice going for a weapon instead of I thought like armor was the correct choice for Goliath build, or like the most common choice.
Yeah, I'm still not. If you know it's Muta's, I think armor is good with the ricochet, and you already have the one base armor on Goliath. But oh, that missile turret is not defended, and I noticed. Oh, this is game changing. Because it was going to be 2 base versus 2 base, which I think heavily favors the Terran, but having him retreat here means that I think I'm in the advantage.
You're also the bank of Sylphid.
I mean, random players have a particular macro style, which is known as non-existent.
But this looks quite
Another
dicey.
undefended missile turret.
Yeah. Is there a tank coming up? Yeah, there is. But you will need the turret at the choke, otherwise you can just like... The hero
Looks like
Goliath.
he's not gonna make it. Or is, oh yeah. He's like, guys, I didn't get the retreat order.
I like that you're just chilling there killing the gas, you could just, you know...
I could have walked in and done crazy damage, but yeah, I didn't know what was in there. Going through a choke is always a PTSD moment as a StarCraft player. There's so many games you've gone through a choke and lost the game.
But yeah, I see that.
Now that the turret's up, I think.
So yeah,
it's
now you send
possible.
all of them to die.
Yeah, exactly.
Again.
Yeah, if I'd attacked before the turret was up. Oh, I'm trying to kill the SCV on the turret that's building.
Are you trying to water the grass with your blood, you know, like so you have nice flowers later? So Digger turkey can go and chill that, you know, that place.
Looks like I'm going to abuse the map control I have, take an expansion, don't even need to defend it.
Yeah.
Got
Double,
4 hatches.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
You've been spending your money a bit, so that's good. Actually the position is really nice, you just need to like not die to the push, because I don't think Terran can re-establish the expansion and then macro from there, so...
Yeah, so he's only going to have 1 scanner to defeat these lurkers, and if I just walk back slowly, his push is going to be so slow that my reaction time to it doesn't even like matter. I'm going to have all day to come up with a plan.
And the Terran on 1 gas, you know, it's really hard, like you cannot really get the vessels, and then like I guess you have to make vultures, but vultures don't do really well against this.
Yeah, especially mech.
Especially
Mech is the kind of build.
Yeah.
1 base is awful, because all of the units you want to build think yes. At least if you were going bio, you can just make a ton of marines off 1 base.
Sending drones as well, because you know, why not? Sightseeing.
Well, you always know where Zerg's rally point is when you see a drone show up to a battle.
Nice drone count. Ooh, this is sneaky. I mean, it's not even sneaky at this point, but you know.
I do that typically if I miss rally a drone. I'll go, is it worth sending it home, or can I actually get an advantage out of just building a hatchery here and doing something? I think this is a bad play though, because against a meching Terran, like what am I gonna do, put sunken colonies there? And he's just gonna kill it with she's saying.
And I guess if you mine the gas though, you know, you deny that gas for the Terranator, because it's already quite small gas.
So yeah, on this map, those 3rd bases have diminished minerals, so mining that out does hurt a meching player who is also more likely to take that as they slowly move out and take close spaces. So if I can mine that even a little bit, I'm basically stealing his money in the later game. But it looks like he's reclaiming his natural finally with tanks.
Yeah. You should probably back up, yeah.
There's a scan.
Well, good at Theseus for actually surviving there.
So he's up.
Yeah, supply-wise is
decent amount of supply.
Yeah.
And
Interesting.
I've passed him in drone count to SCVs.
You're both shooting 1k of, you know, resources, so... Oh, you cancelled that, but you took this one instead. Interesting.
I think that's a smarter play. So he's going to definitely eventually need that in a super late game, but he's also not going to be able to just push and kill it. But it looks like I canceled that once he took his natural.
So you're gonna go Ultra against Mech? That's a bold choice.
So yeah, Ultras are bad against Mech because of tanks and mines. Which he already has one of.
No, I don't think he does yet.
He doesn't seem to have mines. But if you do it right and you clear enough of the mine and get the ultras on the tanks, it can be good. I'll typically do this if I'm floating a ton of money, and then sort of like an answer to my bad macro is where can I stick my money, and having 12 ultralisks off of the larva is better than having 12 like hydralisks and floating a ton of money. So it's sort of a resource allocation build. I've been making mistakes this game.
Well, yeah, you're still 0-0 at 12 minutes going Ultralisk versus Mech. That's not, you know.
It's not a good strategy. But I just had a huge advantage from keeping him out of his natural for so long that I think it's pretty even right now.
Yeah.